Yeah. Oh, it's alright.
Behaviourism. Push my button and I'll find a can.
Too bad. It's too bad. But it actually, it is, I know it's going yeah, don't shoot. Wire,
Constructivism. I know the colour black and I must follow the black line.
It really did get a price to get done. But I didn't think about no, we'll just take a fine video.
Constructionism. Here's the pop art and Bruner.
Conditioning. I don't move without stimulus.
At
this stage, Sweep was meant to send Sooty a message to tell him he had a can and to bring it to be recycled. Unfortunately, despite all our best efforts at working on the design and the requirements, we just couldn't get all the parts of the programme to work together.
So the question is, what did you learn about other team members?
I learned that they work very hard, that they're a pain in, that they're great. And I was amazed at their the physical, just how people could get to grips with things and jump in and do stuff. I tend to hold back a lot, so it really surprised me.
Probably the biggest difference I noticed was how when some of us were flipping the lid, Philip was very good at keeping us calm, and I think every group needs someone who's the relaxed person, or it's not relaxed, that's the wrong word, but somebody who's got a very zen approach and can keep things calm and sane, and when you're stressing and flipping the lid, just say, yeah, calm down, look at the bigger picture. We were outside last night and we were looking at the moon to calm down. So that was one thing I noticed about the other two members. That was very much Philip's role, which was a very important role when everything was going wrong and we couldn't get the programming to work and we couldn't understand why. So it's just one thing about our group.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
I learned that the different learning styles that were in the group, I was surprised at how well they worked together to get this done. I know it seems as if we don't have the end product, but as Philip always says, the process was the most important part. The fact that we're still sitting here laughing and didn't kill each other at the end of a month is testament to how well we worked together as a group. And I enjoyed working with everybody, and I learned a lot from the likes of Carol teaching me programming. I learned from Philip and his approach and how level-headed everything was kept during the whole process. And I learned from Beryl how to plan things. So I've definitely learned from other people during this group. More than anything, I've learned from other people's learning styles. So I've learned that I think we worked really, really well as a team. Everybody was not afraid to get completely stuck in from the get-go, which I think we discussed might have gone against us a little bit. But everyone contributed. We had very, very different learning styles. I think, as the teachers will say, I try and program for problems that you can't plan for in a more generic way, which, as Sean pointed out, doesn't work when you're teaching children. But yeah, we worked very well as a team, and I really enjoyed the entire exercise.
So what advantages come from working in a team?
Well, number one, you can spread the workload. Number two, you have lots of different approaches and perspectives on the same problem, which is really, really useful when we all have different backgrounds and different skills and expertise.
He should have made us more recognized.
The fact that there was always somebody else there to consult if you're having a problem. So if you're looking at a program and you can't see a glitch and somebody else comes along and says, oh, look, you've got me going the wrong way. So the fact that there's always an extra pair of eyes there, and it is like the project was a huge amount of work. So being able to spread the difficulties and the problem solving with other people was great.
I enjoyed working collaboratively with the group because of peer-to-peer learning. I think is a great way to share information with each other, apart from going always going from the expert novice kind of model. I like the idea of being able to ask somebody who's in my group for help with programming. In Carol's instance, or if it was to do with building with Beryl, and I just enjoyed the fact that I was able to learn from other people. That was a huge advantage to me, instead of always asking the teacher or the lecturer.
If you send me the code I can't really think of an advantage, but I'm sure there was one.
What did you learn about different learning styles?
I learned that they can be quite irritating, and that my style is obviously superior to everyone else's. Or maybe should I say inferior. Actually, I learned that each of us has such a variety of different ways of operating. It's amazing, and that I need to develop my own style. That I'm stuck.
So I learned that I have a very methodical and detailed approach, which comes directly from my day job of doing this sort of thing. Everything has to be logical and structured and step by step, and always looking back and trying to test and plan ahead to make sure that everything works in together, and also to know that we have a design, so that we had our requirements and we had a design, to know where we're getting, and to continually consider all of the various pieces on that journey.
Very different to Carol. I take much more of an ad hoc approach to kind of doing tasks. I kind of dive in at the deep end and don't think about the consequences of things as I do them. And sometimes I overcome a problem by building around it, instead of not actually dealing with the fact that there shouldn't be a problem there in the first place, which is very different to how Carol approaches things. And I definitely learned a completely new way of approaching and problem solving as a basis, or as a result of doing this project.
I've actually learned a lot about my learning style, in that if I come up with, as Sean just said, if I come up with a problem, I'm more likely to find a way of getting around it rather than going back to scratch and examining why there's a problem there in the first place. I've also learned that I'm very product orientated rather than process, which is totally contrary to what I do in my work job, where the process is just support to the product. So that's something that I need to examine, and I've learned a lot about my learning style through this.